We see you getting after your fitness goals. But what about those money goals? You can count on Credit Karma for a clear view of your finances and your progress, helping you see results so you can keep checking off those financial personal bests and find your way to money. Progress never felt so good. Download the Intuit Credit Karma app and start achieving your money goals today. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to When Reality Hits with Jax and Brittany, although this week it is Mama flying solo. Jax is in Charlotte right now for another appearance with Johnny Fairplay, and they are in Charlotte meeting people for House of Villains. So this girl is going to be solo this week, and we're going to get to know a little bit more about me because I'm going to answer so many of your questions. First off, I hope that everybody had a happy Halloween. As you guys know, I love the holidays. I love Halloween. I love Christmas, Thanksgiving. This time of year is just so much fun. I've, of course, decorated my house like crazy. But this was Cruz's first time going trick-or-treating. So I go all out. We did a little Jurassic Park theme. I don't know if you guys saw on my stories and stuff. I took a Veer wagon and I tried to make it into a cage. I mean, I DIY'd the heck out of that thing. I was so proud of myself. I bought all kinds of different things off of Amazon to make it work. I had no clue how I was going to do it. I just started it and just went with it. I literally made 4 posts. I bought little curtain rods on Amazon because I wanted to be able to adjust the height if I wanted to. And then I took wire jewelry and wrapped it around like it was a little electric fence. And I found a little electric fence sign. I found green fairy lights for the bottom. I got a bunch of greenery and plants to put all around it. Some little dinosaur eggs. And then it was so cute. And then I found these red ornaments. They're actually Christmas ornaments that I'm going to reuse for my Christmas tree because I'm getting ready to start decorating for that too, but that's a whole nother story. But I found little Christmas ornaments that are LED lighted, and you just like turn them upside down, and they fit perfectly in my little curtain rod. It was so much fun decorating that thing. I thought it was so cute. But then, of course, Halloween comes, trick or treat comes. We go and we meet up with Lala and her mom and her brother, Leo, Logan, Ocean, our friend Jesse and Michelle and their daughter Isabella. And we were over at Toluca Lake. I got to meet Mark Cherry, who I love Desperate Housewives, so that was awesome. He had a really cool display at his house, by the way, with all the picketing and everybody was different characters and stuff. It was really awesome. And it was just really cool to get to meet him. But anyway, we get there, trick-or-treat time. Cruz does not really want to wear his dinosaur outfit, so he was not about to put that dinosaur head on. It was a cute little outfit. It had a little tail that came out. It had feet. It had little arms, all this stuff, and then it had a head part. So we just scratched the head part, and he just walked around with his little dinosaur tail. Still cute as a button. I freaking loved it. But let me tell you, the Toluca Lake area where we were, they close off the street and it gets so busy. Thank God I put lights on my wagon because it gets so dark and there are just people everywhere. We're walking around, my little ornament bulbs, Cruz is in the background because we're at home. Say hi, Cruz. But my little ornament balls were falling off left and right. It was just so funny. But at the end of the day, we had an amazing time. But it is just so crazy how fast you wait so long for those little moments and then they're over in the blink of an eye. But it's so funny. I had all these like pictures planned, all these different things that I had in mind. I even put freaking Jurassic Park decals on my white Jeep to make it like so perfect. I got my dogs, little Halloween costumes. Kingsley was a T-Rex and Sissy Girl. Gosh, of course I can't think of the name of the dinosaur, but remember the first Jurassic Park and he gets spit on by that dinosaur that has the little frills that come out. She had a little headdress to look like that dinosaur. So it was just so cute. I had all these pictures planned, and we hardly got any of them done. It was just, it ended up being so chaotic, but it was such a good, fun time. And I don't know. I love it. I love going all out for these holidays. And especially now that I have a son to share this stuff with, I mean, I'm just going to get crazier and crazier every single year. And I freaking love it. It ended up being a great night, even though I didn't get the photos that I wanted, but that's okay. Cruz ended up loving it. He had such a fun time walking around with Ocean and Isabella. Cruz is obviously a little bit more shy, so having him out around all the kids and everything, it was can be a little overwhelming for him at times, but he ended up having a wonderful time. And, you know, we're just so blessed that we got to have such an amazing time. And there was just people everywhere. It was awesome. I was so glad, because I've noticed lately, and I'm sure everyone else, whenever I was growing up, I mean, every single house did trick-or-treating. And you can just tell, unless they close off streets now, they're not going to be trick-or-treating anymore. Things are just so different. But we ended up having an amazing time. We also had our grand opening at Jax's Studio City. It went fantastic. There were so many people there. Thank you, everyone who came out and supported us. The beer cheese has been sold out. I mean, things are just going so good at Jax's. We're so excited about it. A lot of people were at our Halloween party. Jax and I were Jessica Rabbit and Roger Rabbit. And yes, I was Jessica Rabbit. I saw so many comments. And actually people came up to me asking me if I was Carmen Sandiego, but really I was the Jessica Rabbit who, when she turns into a detective Jessica Rabbit, and she wears the yellow trench coat and the yellow hat. It was in black and white, but it was reimagined in yellow. Yeah. Cruz wants to talk in the background. Anytime I'm talking or doing a video, he likes to do this. Yeah, buddy. And I like to encourage him making any sounds, because he's still in speech therapy, as you guys know. But anyways, back to my Jessica Rabbit costume. I didn't want to do the normal Jessica Rabbit that everybody does with the red dress and the purple gloves. I like to do something a little bit more original, and I like to put my costumes together piece by piece instead of just buying a costume. So that's why I went for something different. But yes, I was Jessica Rabbit, Detective Jessica Rabbit. But the bar opening, like I said, it went amazing. Thank you so much for the support. I got a lot of questions from people asking about Tom Sandoval being there. And I just want to let everyone know that we did not know that he was coming. It was fine that he came. You know, I had not seen him personally. I think Jackson might have seen him a couple times, but I have not seen him in such a long time. But he came up and was very happy and congratulating us. And we didn't expect him to come by any means, but I think Schwartz brought him, and he was very nice about it. And that was that. We just had a lot of people there and a lot of support. But yeah, that was definitely a shock. And I know a lot of people saw that and were wondering what was up about that. So trust me, we were shocked too. But it's just so much fun getting dressed up and having a good time with your friends. Sheena and Brock came as well. A lot of our good friends came and supported us. So it just means a lot. It's just crazy that we are bar owners now. Never thought that this was going to happen, but here we are. And I'm loving every second of it. We actually take Cruz up there during the day, and it's just been a lot of fun and a great experience for us so far. But now that Halloween is over, day after Halloween, I come downstairs, and Jax has already ripped down all of my Halloween decorations. So we've already got all those down because we are getting prepared to decorate for Christmas, which I cannot wait. I like to decorate early for Christmas because I go crazy. I love to decorate. I love to get, just the Christmas spirit just makes you happy every day when you see your tree lit up. It just puts you in a really good mood, and I love that. The positive energy is what I feed off of, so it just makes me so much happier to have all these decorations up. And Cruz, I think, is really going to love them this year. He's going to be more into everything, and I'm so excited to do Elf on the Shelf and just make all those cute little memories with him. Jax has to go get the U-Haul, pack it up, and bring my Christmas decorations over, but he is not happy about that. But it's fun for me, so he'll get to it. All right. Since I am solo this week, I wanted to do some questions from you guys so that we can get to know me a little bit better. I will start with the first question. This is from TL Manzo. And their question is, are you going to BravoCon? So, up until yesterday, we were not going to BravoCon. But surprise, we will be there Sunday. So we will be doing a couple panels on Sunday, and we are so excited to come back. So excited to see everyone. It's been years since we've done BravoCon. It's been years since I've seen a lot of my other Bravo family. So Jax and I are both looking forward to this, and we think it's just going to be so much fun. So if you guys are in Vegas, we are flying up tomorrow, and I'm so excited to see everybody. Come say hello to us and get to know us, and we are just so excited to be back. So answer to your question is, yes, we will be at BravoCon, only on Sunday, though, so make sure you guys come out and see us. Next question is from Hollingstad83. Are you going to have another baby? Cruz is so stinking cute. Thank you so much. I think he's so stinking cute too. Yes, as long as God makes it happen, we are going to have another baby. We are definitely actively trying. It's always so weird whenever feel like I'm announcing that we're trying to have a baby because everybody knows what that really means. I'm like talking to my family like, hopefully I'm pregnant by Christmas. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like, oh gosh. But, you know, it's a beautiful thing. I love it. But yeah, we're definitely wanting another baby. I've always wanted 3 kids. Jax says 2, so we'll see how it goes. I just really want Cruz to have a sibling, and he's already 2.5. I don't want the age gap to get much bigger. I had a huge age gap between my older brother and sister and my younger 2 brothers. So for me, I just want them to be able to be closer in school and things like that. I grew up having a big family, obviously, 3 brothers and 1 sister, and I just absolutely love that feeling. I've got nieces and nephews. I mean, Christmas, all the holidays are absolutely amazing in my family. That's why we go to Kentucky every year, because my family is so big. And I just really want Cruz to always be able to have that as well. Next question. This is from Jacqueline Molaro. And she wants to know the hardest part about being a mom. So for me, I absolutely love being a mom. I've always known that I wanted to be a mom. It's like literally the best thing that's ever happened to me. I think the hardest part for us has been dealing with Cruz's speech delay. You know, we're very lucky that he is happy, healthy. You know, he is so smart, so strong. He is just the happiest little boy. So we are so lucky and so blessed with that. I know that there are so many issues and so many harder things that people have to deal with, and my heart goes out to them. But for us personally, dealing with the speech therapy has been the toughest because, you know, I just really want him to be able to talk to me and tell me what he wants and, you know, his feelings, and we're just not there yet, and I just cannot wait for the day that he just looks at me and says, I love you. Oh, God, I'm going to cry. But, yeah, it's just you want things to be so perfect for your kids, and I think that it's just hard whenever you can't fix something right away. But yeah, he's amazing, and he's doing so good with his speech therapy. He's in swim classes every day that are going amazing. He's starting school in January. I know Jax keeps saying he's starting school next week. People keep asking me where the photos are for his school, but he's actually going to be starting in January. So we're excited for that, and I feel like being around all the other kids and in the teacher setting is going to be amazing for him as well. It's going to be hard to let him go that many times that for some hours every single day because he is such a mama's boy and he is stuck to my side, and I love it that way. But of course, it's hard for every parent to have to see him go to school and grow up, but I know it's going to be so good for him, and it's probably really going to help him with his speech as well. But yeah, that would probably be the hardest part for me, but the amazing parts are far better, and it's just, I just love that little boy more than I can even express. And I know all you other mamas out there listening feel the same way about your kids. It's just a love that you can't even explain. And I never even felt until I had him in my arms. It's just the best feeling in the entire world. All right, next question. This one is from Chelsea Hunt 23. Would you open up your own business called Brits? I love that. So many people were like, why is the bar called Jax's and not Brits? You know what? Maybe one day down the road I would. I don't think it would be a bar. I don't know, but maybe I will do something. We're always working on new projects and new things. We have so much amazing things coming that I'm so excited to share with you guys about whenever the time is right. I'm sorry that we always have to be like that, but people are so hush-hush about certain things. But I don't even mind that Jax's is called Jax's. I actually liked it. I was like pushing for it to just be Jax's. I think it's a cool bar name. I think it's perfect for a sports bar. So, yeah, maybe down the road a Brits would be nice, or maybe even just a little Brits corner. My name is like all over the menu, and we got my beer cheese going. So I am just thrilled with everything that's happening in our lives right now. Another question from Shannon DMC. Looking back at your time on Vanderpump Rules, do you have any regrets? Oh, geez. I mean, who wouldn't have regrets watching back a reality show? I mean, I did it for 5 years on Vanderpump Rules, and, there were so many fun times. But, of course, there's times that you get embarrassed at yourself. You get a little tipsy, and you yell. And, there's things that I obviously wish that the world didn't have to see, but at the end of the day, like, it was just such a fun job and such a fun, amazing time in my life that even though I did go through some really hard things on that show, the overall experience was just amazing for me. And I know that like so few people get to be on reality TV or experience what that life is like. So I still feel so grateful to my Bravo family, and I feel so grateful that I actually got to experience that, because I'm a girl from Kentucky. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that I was going to be a podcast host, a reality TV personality, doing like Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, doing cosmopolitan photo shoots, Glamour magazine articles. Like, I've got to do some amazing things that I never ever thought I would experience. So trust me, yes, there are definitely some regrets, some things I might have said. I might have yelled at some people or done some things like that. But overall, I'm just like very amazed and very blessed for how my life has come along. This is from Kara_A.Elizabeth_. Oh, goodness. Are you so heartbroken about Matthew Perry from Friends? Oh, my gosh, guys. That is just so heartbreaking. If you have been following Jax and I for all these years and Vanderpump Rules and everything else, I mean, Friends has been so upfront in our lives. We've made that very clear. We've talked about how we love that show, as I know millions and millions of people out there love Friends. But, I copied Monica with the whole, I'm engaged, whenever her and Chandler got engaged. Me and Jax talked about Friends in our wedding vows that you guys saw on Vanderpump Rules. I mean, we definitely have been true ride or die Friends fans. So to see him go is just crazy, because we all feel like we know him even though we didn't know him. Yes, I'm sure so many of you feel the same way. But yeah, it's crazy because we all, everybody loved that show, and you don't really know them, but you feel like you do, and they just become a part of your little family whenever you like love something like that. And I'm just so heartbroken for their family. My prayers go out to all of them that are struggling. And also, this is just a good reminder to check in on your friends, check in on everyone. People are out there struggling, and even though they seem that they are having the best life or had the best career, you just never know what's going on inside somebody's mind. So make sure you're checking on your friends, make sure you're checking on your loved ones, and just try to be there for the people around you. But rest in peace, Matthew Perry. Everyone is so heartbroken about that. And of course, yes, Jax and I are both devastated. We tried to watch some episodes of Friends the night that we found out, and we were both just like tearing up. It was just so sad, you know. It's heartbreaking, but my prayers go out to everyone who knows him and his family and friends, and it's just heartbreaking. On to another question. This is from Kim Goldstone. How often do you get to come back to Kentucky? So I try to come back to Kentucky as often as I can. I was just there in October for my niece Presley's birthday party. I got to see all my friends. A lot of my friends back home have kids, so it's always amazing to go home and have Cruz get to play with all of them. And of course be with all of his family. Spent a lot of time with my dad, his papaw, and my mom and mamaw, everybody, my brothers, sister, all of his cousins. It's just great whenever we get to go home. And of course, we're going to go back home for Christmas. I would never miss a Christmas in Kentucky. If you guys remember, we had our show called Jax and Brittany Take Kentucky, and you guys got to see my family farm on that show. Which I loved, getting people to take a look at like where I'm from. But as you have probably saw, or if people are listening right now that have not seen it or don't know where I'm from Kentucky, and my family all live on a huge farm. My grandmother's house is in the middle, Mamaw's house. And then my uncle has a house on the farm. My aunt Sandra has a house. My Aunt Kim has a house. My mom has a house. Everybody's next door neighbors. So it's just such a fun family time, and the holidays are extra special there. I mean, you can just go to somebody's house like, I need milk, and it's your aunt next door. So it's just awesome. I love going home. We have a beautiful land. We have horses. I mean, my mom is obsessed with her horses. She's got a Tennessee Walker and 4 mini horses. So there's 5 total out there, and they are just so cute. She says that each one of the horse belongs to a grandchild. So Cruz has a mini horse, the newest one, and her name is Halo, and she's white, so we called her Halo, and it's just so cute. I love my mama. I'm a mama's girl. All right, another question. This is from Kendall Clark, too. Would you want a baby boy next or a baby girl? I love your sweet fam so much. Well, thank you so much, Kendall, for saying that. I honestly don't care if I have a girl or a boy next. Of course, it would be fun to have a girl so that I could see, you know, what it's like to have a girl and a boy. But I'm just fine with having two little boys, too. A little brother for Cruz would be so adorable. A little sister for Cruz would be so adorable. I'm just really hoping that happens because we are trying. And, you know, I just love family. And I just really, you know, I just feel happy that there's a possibility that we're going to have another baby. It makes me so excited. Next question, Candy in Seattle. How has it been handling a relationship, opening a bar, and being a mom? Let me tell you, it's been hectic. It's been busy, but it's been fun. The bar kind of came up fast, as you guys know, and we're very excited about it. It's actually been really fun. I know like people like my mom were kind of worried about us opening a bar, thinking Jax was going to spend a lot of time up there or this or that. And we are up there a lot, but it's all in good fun. People are so amazing coming and showing their support. It's not been anything that we can't handle. We definitely will be setting boundaries so that if I'm sitting at home pregnant or whatever, Jax knows he's not going to be there for like 5 hours on end. Like we're definitely going to have our little things, but I like to go up there with him. We take Cruz with us during the day. Our friends come up and hang out with us. So far it's been great. Being a mom is always my number one priority and my favorite job I will ever have. So everything so far has been great. So knock on wood, it keeps going that way. All right. This is from Dana Marie, 1976. I'm from Kentucky. Have you brought Jax to the Kentucky Derby? Heck yes. We've gone, I think, 3 or 4 times. The Kentucky Derby is such a huge part of, you know, Kentucky life. And they treated us amazingly. We actually brought, this is a long time ago, obviously, Sandoval and Ariana with us one year, and we had so much fun. This is back in the good old days. But let me tell you, the Barnstable Brown party, like before, I think it's the night before the Derby. It is one of the best nights I've ever had in my life. I mean, everybody that's invited just sits in this beautiful backyard, and you can just look around the room, and there's Travis Tritt sitting there. There's Salt and Pepper sitting over there. There's Brian McKnight over there. I mean, there's the football players over here. There's it was just like insane. You're just looking around in this small tinted area with all these amazing people all in the same area. So it's just one of the coolest things I've ever experienced. And then people who sing get on stage and sing like one or two songs. And I love Travis Tritt. That was amazing. I got to see Gretchen Wilson sing. Like I said, Salt and Pepper, Boys to Men, Montgomery Gentry performed one time. I got to meet him before he passed away, which was awful. That was heartbreaking as well. But I got to see them perform. There's so many amazing artists. I could go on and on and on. But it's just such a cool experience to be in a little backyard like that and everybody just getting on stage, all types of different music. It just makes the night absolutely incredible. And Jax loved it. We brought my mom with us before. I mean, it's so much fun. This is from Jalen Winia. Best advice for moving on from infidelity and staying in the relationship. This one's a hard one because every relationship is different, and I don't know your relationship, from mine. I obviously stayed with Jax. I just always knew that he was my person, like right from the beginning. He drives me freaking crazy sometimes. I'll be honest about that. But the love I have for him and the love between us is so strong. And I just knew that I wasn't going to be able to get away from him. And I mean that in a good way because he tried so hard to make things right for me. I mean, it might have looked like I went right back to Jax, but that was like a 3 or 4 month time where we took time apart. I was away from him. I was traveling around with Sheena. He was working his butt off to try to get me back. And I know it didn't seem like that. I know it didn't look like that, but he had to make some real efforts, and we had to, it takes years to get over something like that. I was devastated. I was heartbroken, and it took me a long time to even get like the thoughts that would come in your head. Like those are the things that are hard to get past for me. But he really showed me how much that he was willing to change and how much that he wanted to change for me. And my best advice, of course, is to follow your heart. If it's worth it or not. If you feel like he's going to continue doing the same things, it's not going to be worth it. Jax has made real changes for me, and that's why we have a family now. That's why we're married now. That's why we have our beautiful son now. And I could never imagine Jax doing what he did to me when we were dating now. He knows I would rip his balls off, let's be real. But also, I just think that he loves being a dad. He loves being a husband, and I think it's really changed his life. So you just got to follow your heart. I don't really have the best advice for you because I feel like every relationship is different, but follow your heart and stay strong for yourself. That's what's really important, is being strong to who you are. Next question, JLDOT _. I'm sorry if I say people's names wrong. I'm not very great at that. How did you and Jax pick your son's name? So I was actually pregnant in Kentucky. I think I was sitting on the couch with my mom, and it took us a while to think of a boy's name. We had a girl's name picked out, and we still have one that we might use if we do have a girl, so I'm not going to say it just yet. But it took a while to figure out a boy's name. And I was sitting at my mom's house in Kentucky, and I was just like going through different things. And Jax's last name is pronounced Couchy. It's not Taylor. That's his mom's maiden name. But his actual last name is Couchy. So I knew that Cruz, his last name was going to be Couchy. So I wanted to find something that flowed with that. We were looking up all these different things. I thought it would be cute to have a C name because the last name starts with a C. I mean, when you're a mom, you're just thinking about all these little things when you're pregnant. I mean, I go over every single thing on Etsy, every single thing on Pinterest. It's just what you do. And I saw Cruz on a list, I believe, and I saw that the name meant cross, and we just loved that. And I just thought Cruz Couchy sounded so cute together, and it just flowed so well. Jax loves cars, Cruz. I mean, there was just so many things that clicked for us that just made it seem like that was the perfect name for our son. And his middle name is Michael, which is also Jax's middle name, Jason Michael, Cruz Michael. His uncle is also named Michael, and his cousin's name is Michael. So it's a family name. And Michael also happened to be like my mom's favorite name for a boy. So she was so happy whenever I said Michael was going to be Cruz's middle name. But yeah, that's kind of how it happened. It kind of just flowed together and just seemed like the perfect name. And now that he's here, I could not imagine him being called anything else. It's so crazy how that happens. But yeah, Cruz ended up being perfect for us. This is from Madden Lee. When do you start decorating for Christmas? Well, now that we're going to Vegas, as soon as we get back from Vegas, I am getting Jax to go get a U-Haul and go get my stuff from storage. And it is on. We go to Kentucky for Christmas, so I like to get the decorations up early because I like to spend at least like a week and a half in Kentucky with my family. And we like to spend as much time with the decorations up as we possibly can. So yes, ASAP is the answer to that question. Okay, here's a question from Princess Wheeler. How did you meet Nia Sanchez? I love Miss USA and a Bravo crossover. Okay, so I love Nia. She's becoming one of my close friends. She is such a sweetheart. She was Miss USA 2014, I believe. The way that we met was Jax actually went to a football game, I think with Bo back in the day. Jax went to a football game, and he was there with Teddy Mellencamp and her husband, Edwin, and Daniel happened to be there as well. Daniel is Nia's husband. So Jax and Daniel hit it off, and Jax was like, I know, he just knew that I would get along with Nia. So we started having a couple double date nights and just fell in love with them as a couple. So that's how we got to know them. A lot of people have asked that question, but yeah, she's so sweet, and she's becoming a great friend of mine. All right, I'm going to do one more question before I let you guys go because I got to get packing for BravoCon. This is from Beryl Boo Jones. What was it like giving birth after Stassi and Lala? Did you feel more prepared? So they both had very fast, very perfect deliveries. I was happy I got to learn, I got to see what it was like, what it was going to be like, what the rooms were going to be like. I got to ask them all the questions, what they felt like afterwards, because nobody really talks about how the mother feels afterwards. Geez, that stuff is not easy. We all three have the same amazing doctor. So that was cool as well. Not only did we all give birth around the same time, we all had the same doctor. So we all kind of knew how it was going to go. I definitely felt more prepared. I kind of knew things that I didn't need to take to the hospital as well because I had two of my closest friends go before me. So that was awesome. My delivery was a lot different than theirs. I was in labor for a lot longer. But still, I definitely felt more prepared, and most magical day ever. Thank you guys so much for listening to When Reality Hits. Like I said, I'm going to go start packing for BravoCon, and next week, Jax and I will gossip to you guys all about what we heard over the weekend. I'm sure there's going to be so much going on. Can you imagine all these Bravo celebrities in the same area? It's going to be crazy. I know they're already there having a great time, so I can't wait to get there and catch up with everybody. But thanks, guys, for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Love y'all. Mwah.
Hello, I'm Rabia Chaudhry. I invite you to join me every Tuesday for new episodes of Nighty Night Bedtime Stories to keep you awake, now on PodcastOne. This new incarnation of Nighty Night is an anthology of stories that bring to life classic horror stories, some you're definitely familiar with, and others you'll be hearing for the first time. Join me as I tuck you into bed with stories that will leave you sleepless all night long. Get new episodes of Nighty Night every Tuesday, wherever you get your podcasts.
Find yourself looking for a new job or change in career? Monster.com is here to help. We are not only here to bring you job postings, but also AI interview prep and salary tools, expert career advice, and top-notch resume services. We've got everything you need to land your perfect job fit. Discover the magic of finding the ideal job with Monster.com. Your future starts now. Visit Monster.com today. Your next job opportunity is just a click away.